Okay, let me jump into full screen mode. Yeah. So this is what we've done so far. Now the next step is to, let's say I don't want to see the entire set of data. I don't want to see all the columns. I just want to see a few columns. So how do I do that? I can do that as well. So the previous variable was A and LDNG. Let me define it as B. B equal to, for each A, that is for the output of A, for each row of A, generate what are the columns that you want to see. Let's say I want to see the book name and the rating. I don't want to see anything else. Okay, I just want to see the name of the book and the rating. So for each A, generate book comma rating. So this was the naming schema, right? So as you see, it just throws you some warnings, which is absolutely fine. Or if you are still in doubt, run the same command again. This time it will not show you anything. So the very first time that you run something, it can show you certain warnings. Okay. So if you are in doubt, what is this? Is it right or wrong? Just rerun the same statement again. If it still shows you some if it's an error, it will re-show you the same thing. If it's not an error, it should disappear the next time you run the same command. Okay. So this is something that you can do. You can dump it if you want, but I'm not going to dump it right now. What I'm going to do right now is show you something else as well. What if you don't remember the name of the column names that you defined? You can even go for positional operators. So I've got 5 columns here, right? So of these 5 columns, I don't know what the name of the column this is. To know the name of the column, you can do a describe. So as we did before, you can do a describe to figure out what is the name of this column. But I don't want to do that as well. Then how do I get the data? You can use positional operators. So this would be the 0th position, this would be the 1st position, 2nd position, 3rd position and 4th position. Okay. So if you've got 5 columns, you've got 5 positions starting from 0. Okay. So the name of the book would be 0 and 1. So that will be positional operator number 1. Or I can even do book comma just mix and match. It will be 3 if I'm not wrong. Okay. So rating is nothing but 3. So 0, 1, 2 and 3. So 3.9, the rating, the entire column of 3.9, 3.5, 3.2, 2.8 comes under positional operator 3. Okay. Now what else can be done? We can even filter the data. But what data that you want to filter on? Do you want to filter the data on the output of A or on the output of B? Because B just has only 2 columns. It has got a book, it has got a rating. A has all the 5 columns without any filtration, right? So it depends on what you want to choose. Let me just show you how this looks like. So it will only show you those 2 columns that you've selected. It will again roll your code into a MapReduce job. It will use the MapReduce layer. It will use the MapReduce launcher. It will give you a URL. It has explicitly told you how many splits it has got. The total number of paths is just one file that you want to process. And there you go. So it keeps on printing, because what we just did was we just selected 2 columns, but we did not have any limit. So it prints out all the 49,000 plus columns. Okay, only 2 columns, but this time, not the entire thing. So this is the name of the book, Kate plus 8 season 1, and this is the name of this is the rating 2.7. You can see that there are certain files which does not have any rating. Okay, so we have to ensure that we filter out such such rows before we take it to the next level. Okay, so I don't want to use this data for further processing. It's just for you to show it. It's just for us to show it to you. What we can do next is I'm going to take the output of A. The output of A is nothing but the output of loading the entire thing. I'm going to take that and I'm going to do something else. Let's see. C equal to, what do? We want to filter data. Okay, so C equal to filter A by rating is not null. Okay, so rating shouldn't be null. Does it work? Let me check. Yes, it works, but this is not the end. I want to overwrite it. And the year is greater than or equal to 2013. Okay, so I don't want the rating to be null and the year should be 2013, and I don't mind printing the entire set of data. Okay, so that is all the 5 columns. So this is what I want. I want to dump C. I don't know how many rows I'll be expecting. Let's see. So the data that I would be getting right now is the year will only be 2013 and the ratings will never be null this time. Okay, so as you can see, the year is all 2013, 2013, 2013, and the ratings are not null. Okay, you can see that 3.9 is the rating, 3.9, but the ID is null. So basically, if there are certain cases where the ID is null again here. So let me do a check on that in the next level. But as you can see, this is the output of this particular syntax, this particular query of mine, where the year is 2013 and the rating is not null. Okay, so you can add how many ratings you want, or rather how many filter conditions you want. Again, let me go back to let me do a filtration on A only, because A is like the the master data that I've got. So C equal to filter A by rating is not null, and year equal to 2013. You can even use OR operators, guys. What can we do? And rating is above how much? No, we'll do it in the next level. So and was it ID? I don't remember. So let me use the last column is not null. Okay, so it's just warning. If you want to cross check it, run it again. Seems good. Dump C, semicolon, enter. Oh yeah, so you've got the data. So this time the year is 2013 and the rating is in null and the ID is also not null. This time you can see that there are no blank columns. The data that you see is all filled with all the 5 columns. So there is no blank ID this time. Okay. Okay. So that was C, right? Now let me define D. D equal to filter C by rating greater than all 2s. Is there any 4 here? Yeah, so there is 4. Let me define 3.5. I don't see a lot of 4s. Greater than 3.5. Oops, I forgot the semicolon. Okay, so let me redo that again if you want. Okay. Encountered warning implicit cast to double. Oh, that's fine. I have defined it as a float, so it is taking it as a double. That's fine. Now I want to dump D. There you go. So you've got, oh, there are quite a few ratings above 3.5. So this is the final output that I'm looking for, where the books were released in 2013. The ID is not null and the ratings are not just null, but they're also greater than 3.5. So these are the books. that I'm looking for. Only this much. Okay, so it starts from here, ends here. So we've pretty much narrowed down a lot of data, right? Okay, now I want to group by rating of this particular data. So this is the last step that we're gonna do, and this pretty much sums, the quick demo of how pig looks like. Okay, so what was the previous variable? We did a D. Now let's do a E. E equal to group D by what was that? Rating, right? Okay, rating. Or let me do a 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, so implicit cast to double, that's fine. Dump E. So I'll be getting groups, multiple groups. So how many groups can I expect? So from this particular data, I can probably expect 4.1 as a group, 4.2 as a group, 3.8 as a group, 3.7 as a group, 4.0 as a group, and so on. So I'm expecting multiple groups here. This data might necessarily not be readable from the terminal, but it would definitely make sense. Let me just show it to you. So this is, more or less like a ETL thing that you're doing, right? You're basically filtering data, you're basically cleansing the data. You can even transform data if you want. So that will be covered in the exercise that I'd be giving to you. It also includes solutions, so please do try it. Okay, so this is the data after group by. You can see that it's all grouped. Okay, so this is the line from where it starts. Oops. Okay. So you've got 3.6 as the group, and it has got the entire data bag of 3.6. So this is basically one row, set of one entire row. This is another row, and so on. So it starts here and it ends in this particular line here. Okay, 3.7 starts from here. You can also do a count if you don't want to see the actual data. If you just want to see what is the count of each bag, data bag, you can do that as well. So this is 4.3. In 4.3, I've just got one book. In 4.3, in 4.5, I've got like 4 to 5 books. Okay, so this is the output of a group by. This is 4. So for 4, this is the data that I've got. This much. Okay. So that's about it, guys. What you've basically done so far is you filtered on the name of the year of publication and the rating, and the ID is not equal to null, and the rating should only be above a specified value, right? So you've done a lot of things. This is very simple. I mean, this is not the only thing that you can do with Pig. You can do a lot of other things. So you can even use a counting, like let's say, what is 5 plus 5? You can even use it like a mini calculator if you want, but that's not what it is meant for. But you can do a lot of transformation logics on this as well. You can do a join, you can do a lookup, you can do a lot of things, but that's that's too deep. So let's start with the basics here. So this is pretty much about it for to get you started with Pig. Look out for the exercise that I'll be sending it to you immediately along with this video. I'll see you around. Bye bye.